everyone, welcome to the Lovin show. We have a brand new table, feeling very professional. I'm here at Shireen.
Hello.
And this week on the Lovin show, we have someone very creative, passionate, and also very impressively an author of a 6-series graphic novel. This is incredible. Welcome to the show, Jalal Luqman.
Thank you.
This is amazing.
Thanks.
When did it come out?
This one came out in April last year.
Okay.
And since then, it went up from being volume 1 of 6 to volume 1 of 8.
Ah.
Yes.
That's what we were having discussions. We were like,
Because we read 6 and then we read 8.
Yep.
And if you could compare it to like a kind of Lord of the Rings something, is that kind of the style it's going for?
This is kind of it's a mix between Lord of the Rings, Vikings, and Game of Thrones.
yeah.
But in a unique way. You know, so it's not like I saw some nice parts here and I go, this would work. No,
Inspired.
Yeah. And I started writing this in 1984. On and off. And then 5 years ago, I decided to just put all the stuff together and stuff that was written on napkins and on airplane tickets and hotel notepads and stuff. And I put them all together. And it came out to hundreds of thousands of words.
Wow.
So yeah, and then as I put them together, first it was 6 volumes, and then the more I edited and tweaked some stuff, and it ended up growing, you know, and and more details, because I think when you write something this big for so long, you feel that everybody already knows it. So then when you read it to yourself, you notice that there's a lot of details that you need to put in there, you know, just to educate the reader of all these little details and stuff.
But it's so impossible to feel like you would know it as a reader, because there's just so many kind of lands there and so many characters and there's a lot of depth there. How do you even come up with it? It's incredible.
I always say that it is a fantasy novel inspired by real life.
Okay,
You know?
interesting.
So a lot of the places, I mean, when you read the story, you feel that somehow the places are familiar, and then and with a little twist, you know. So it's the races are, you'll find that there's always races that seem familiar, but the difference is because it's a fantasy novel. So they have special abilities and little talents that they have gained because of, you know, the secret thing in the book. So it's not easy, but it's just been really exciting writing it.
Amazing. So you said this project started from the 80s.
Yeah.
How did it first start? So you started dotting things down, ideas down on napkin papers, you said. But do you remember what's your earliest memory, basically, of, you know, coming up with the book, or feeling like you needed to put it down somewhere?
Okay, it's very strange, because I mean the story is all about hope and surviving against all odds and all of that. But I remember when I did start writing it, it was I had been, at the time I was studying in the States, and then I got the news that my father had passed away. So so I had to fly back for all the, you know, the funeral stuff and everything. And instead of me dwelling on all the sadness that, you know, the entire house was sad and stuff, I just used to enjoy being alone and just writing, you know. So I don't know, maybe because I didn't cry enough, or I didn't, you know, I guess, you know. And then after that, I just enjoyed writing it, you know, because I got so into it. The characters were inspired by people that I know and people that I heard of, and then later on, as the story developed, then I started, because I was reading, because of it, I started reading a lot. Mm-hmm. And then I started reading about famous battles where the underdog won. Nice. And all of this, and then that took me into reading about old traits, and then about old armies and old leaders, and then and it kept on growing and growing. And every time I read, it started influencing a lot of elements in the book.
So really doing the research to come up with, the real things from the past, and then, like you said, taking in what's in your reality and kind of combining the two.
And the thing about writing a book like this is that it used all the abilities that I have, and it just channeled them through one channel.
Yeah.
So I was first I was sketching on a napkin and stuff, and then I'd take that and then I'd make them into concepts, into character concepts on the computer. And that's what I used when I was dealing with the artists, is that I just send the concepts.
Okay.
And then they would translate that into graphic novel drawings,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And this intrigues me. So you mentioned you get inspiration from characters from real life and from maybe old leaders and warriors. But what intrigues me about this type of novel is the names. So there's all these names of places and names of characters. Because I know when I'm reading them, I'm probably pronouncing them differently to how you have named them. So, for example, the first one, Brutigans.
Brutigans.
Like, where do these kind of and Guich?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Where do they come from? How do you come up with that type of name?
Some of them just come out. There's some of them is I see the character and I go, this guy looks like he'll be called Gobor.
Nice.
He's an old man. He's thick. He's a blacksmith by nature, a ruthless warrior.
There's a bit of aggression there.
So it's like Gobor.
Yeah.
And then you have the evil vizier, which is called Daidus. Which is, it's taken from an Arabic word which is called Dayyuth, which is a man who hides a lot of evil.
Nice.
So and then I mix it together to come up with something which is kind of familiar but also unique. So.
Nice, amazing.
So if people wanted to, read your book, where could they actually go get it?
So far, I'm just I'm selling them online. The Armagondas does have an Instagram account.
Perfect.
Because at this point, it's you see, publishing a book is a very long process.
Yeah.
And to get your book published, you need to find an agent or a publishing house who would do that. And I didn't want to wait until that happened. So I went ahead and I self-published volume 1.
Nice.
Wow.
And the rest I'm saving until I find an agent.
Nice.
But that's I took care of all the the publishing and everything of volume 1, and I'm selling it and distributing it myself.
Perfect.
And that's it. And this is interesting that now the volume 1 that is out there is now this is considered a limited edition, because I know that once I go back and since this one's come out, I've got a lot of feedback and stuff.
Right.
So, and like I said earlier, there's a lot of little details, which to me it's like, but you should already know that,
Because you're writing it, you're like, this is also
But
real.
then other people are like, I got lost when I was in this place, and then, so all of those will be fixed in the real volume 1 that comes out.
Okay, cool.
Nice. And also, you're not just an author, you're a pioneer of Emirati art. We wanted to ask where you first realized that you were into it. Did you study art? How did you come across it?
I never thought that I was an artist, until somebody tricked me and organized an art exhibition for me. This
That's a story.
Organized. Went out of their way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was because I started as a commercial artist.
Okay.
So by day I did my slave job where I go and I get a salary and that kind of stuff. And then after I finished that, I was still hungry for. There was something there that just needed to be fed.
Right.
So I used to do a lot of commercial art. So I'd go out and people would hire me to do some graphic design and things like that. Until I was commissioned to do some commercial work for a government agency. And the lady who was in charge of this project kept on asking for samples. And I go, خلاص, I'm executing the job already, so why do you want more samples? She goes, no, I want more. I go, you already had them. And she goes, no, I want more. Different things, different. And I was like, what is this crazy woman? Take these samples and stuff. So I finished. A couple of weeks later, I get a phone call, and it's like, yes, Mr. Jalal Luqman, your exhibition, your solo exhibition,
No way.
has been approved.
Oh.
What solo exhibition? What is this other crazy woman saying?
All of a sudden.
And then I was like, you have a moment of, aha.
You had an aha moment. Where was that exhibition?
It was in Abu Dhabi in the Cultural Foundation.
Nice.
Yeah. And it was really interesting because to me it was just normal stuff that I was doing. But then I didn't know that this exhibition went down in history as introducing digital art to the region. So it was the first digital art exhibition in the area.
And that is why you're called a pioneer of digital art. And Shireen kind of touched on it, but now not only has your work been exhibited in Abu Dhabi, you've gone worldwide.
Yes.
So we're talking Tokyo, Morocco, New York, Beijing. You could probably add a lot more.
Yes.
How does that feel and how did that evolve?
It feels good.
Of course.
Because I grew up in a house where to call yourself an artist is a really big thing. And so I never.
Why is that though?
Well, I think we always looked. Because my family always looked. My father was very educated and stuff, and we would see art, by all the great artists and stuff. And for me to be considered an artist like these people would just be too much to ask.
Wow.
And then when this lady came and she did that, she pushed me into it because otherwise I would never, I wouldn't want to, I didn't consider myself somebody worthy of being called an artist,
Wow.
So when she did that, it was, okay, fine.
And
what made it even, what reinforced it later was, when you make art and then the family's like, oh, very nice, shabash, baba, that kind of stuff, But when somebody comes and says, oh, I like it, and they start paying you for it, and the more I exhibited and the bigger my artwork became, and then people started to pay more and more money for it,
Yeah.
then I started believing, la wallah, I think I am.
I think I am a pioneer. You know what?
But that's so interesting. Because I think an artist, to grow up, it's like when you study, you become a doctor, but you can't necessarily. How do you say you're an artist? So be able to claim that is amazing, and it must have felt cool.
Yes, but you see, I still I try to stay very grounded when it comes to saying that I'm an artist, and so a lot of the stuff that they write is their opinion, So they sometimes they would write my name and then they'd write a big title behind it. It's not me telling them, look, you're right, I'm a pioneer, artist, author, and then they,
Yeah.
I just, if it's an interview about art, I say I write artist, But you're an author and you're a founder and you're this, no, So let people know what you do when they see what you do, and not by all these titles and stuff that some of us like to add under our names.
And it's nice because it goes back to how you started, because you literally you did the artwork and then someone else saw your potential, put it out there and really kickstarted, you being an artist, or actually you believing in your artistic calling, if you will.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask, if there was an artist you could have a sit down with, exchange thoughts, maybe get some creative ideas out of, who would it be and why?
I would sit with H.R. Geiger.
I do not know that.
You do not know?
Shame
on you. H.R. Geiger is the person who he first of all, he's mostly known for the person who created Alien.
Okay. Still don't know what that is, please, guys.
Oh, you don't know Alien?
Is that kind of really it's a painting, and there's not much in it, but there's like a head and a landscape or something on the moon, maybe? Is it one painting?
Jalal's done with us.
Am I close? No.
You haven't heard of the movies Alien?
No.
She really thought it was a painting, wait!
I will find the painting and show it to you later, or something. Or it's like, maybe it's a movie
Okay, the
poster.
older one, starts
Alan.
Sigourney Weaver.
Alien movie?
Of course.
Okay.
أنت كده, you are like this. Okay. Please go do the editing. You come. Yeah. But he and he has this unique form of art where he mixes um, biological creatures with machines, and some of them are really hard hitting, some of them are erotic, and some of them are they look beautiful in a very evil and dark way.
Nice.
Which is nice to me.
Nice.
You know, I like the darkness when it comes to
Peculiar,
that.
yeah. So what do you reckon would be exchanged in this conversation, or would you have any particular questions?
Well, I think I would just sit and listen to how he would come up with what would inspire him to come up with these things. I mean, if you see the artwork and you see the details that he puts in the subjects, and not to forget that even back then he was a pioneer with the airbrush. You know, so that's another thing, that for him to be an old master using what was considered back then a high-tech tool, you know, to come up with these. I mean, you see his work, and the metal looks like real metal.
Nice.
And you work with you work with all sorts of kind of metal, wood, steel. You can add to this, I'm sure.
Yes.
How did you kind of start, and maybe that's why you're inspired by H.R. Geiger.
Yeah.
How did you start going from just commercial art to working with all these different types of...
Well, I got to the
utensils?
point where one material wasn't enough to portray the message. You know, so I got to the point, I mean, and it started with, I had a collection called My Own Prison, and it's the subject is a man. It's a story of four paintings. So, and every one of them has a man looking away. So you see the man from the back, and the man's material is made out of the man is made out of different materials. So one man is made out of glass, and he's in a kind of like a glass room, and one of them is made out of concrete, and one of them is made out of steel, and the other one is made out of, I don't know, something else. So so the painting, you're looking at the painting and you see a man standing looking away, but it didn't say My Own Prison. I mean, in my mind it said My Own Prison, but when people saw it, they didn't see that that's what I was trying to say. So then I thought, well, then let me build a prison around this man. So the frame, I made the frame come out. It was thick, and then there was prison bars.
Nice.
That's how it started.
You know, yeah, and the prison bars in the middle, where the man was standing, were wide enough where if he wanted to walk out of the prison, he can just take one step back.
Wow.
You see, and that's why I called it My Own Prison, because sometimes we create our own prisons, you know. But if we just take one step back, we're out of the prison, you know. So I made that story, and I hung them, and they didn't. I mean, as soon as I hang them, somebody comes and says, "Okay, it's been sold."
Yeah.
Wow.
You know? So and then
You
I
didn't
go,
even
okay.
get to have your moment, like,
Yeah, yeah. And it was interesting that, okay, these went, and then I thought, okay, now I'll make another subject. Similar kind of style, and it had women in it, and there was something there. So I made the metal frame, and I made and I also added metal elements that made the sentence I wanted to say in the artwork deeper. So I put that, and I put the metal and stuff, hung it. Before the exhibition, somebody came and goes, okay, so-and-so wants to buy it. I was like, yes, but there's an exhibition. But she wants it now. Yeah, I didn't even take a picture with it, you know, and it went. So, and that's where I noticed that,
amazing,
okay,
though.
it's
Yeah.
working. You know,
Yeah.
it is working, that the conversation that happens between me and the artwork is being shared by the artwork and other people.
Right.
And then that's it. And then I just got bigger and crazier and bigger and crazier, you know, and I started making bigger sculptures and stuff. And and then after that, then I was branded as the dark artist and that kind of stuff. And all my subjects are evil and all this and that. So then I thought, okay, you know what? If I can make things like this, and I like grungy stuff and and things that are not necessarily beautiful. So then I go, okay, fine. Now I'll just shock everybody and I'll do something totally different. So then I did a collection called Inspirations by Light, where I took the 99 names of Allah and I started making them in paintings and in sculpture. But the sculptures, I didn't use steel anymore. Now I went with high-grade aluminium.
Nice.
And then I painted them with automotive paint. You know, so you touch it and it's really fine and stuff. And even when I clean them, I use car wax.
Okay.
You know, to use them and stuff. So
Amazing.
yeah.
Incredible. And on that note, you've published books, your art has been in exhibitions, barely even stayed in exhibitions now that we've learned because people love them so much the second they, lay their eyes on your art. What is in store for Jalal Luqman in the next few years?
Well, I'm working on the book, and there has been some dialogue happening about turning the book into translating it onto the screen.
That's amazing.
I'm not gonna say any more because we're still in dialogue, but some people who like the book so much have expressed interest in pushing it onto the screen and the big screen or the small screen. We're still, doing at that stage.
The small screen is the big screen these days with Netflix and everything.
True,
That's
exactly. And I'm still, I still do everything. I do work on paintings. I am finishing up. I did write the entire story, but I'm constantly editing it and just to fine tune it and stuff.
Nice.
So I'm doing that. I'm still, working with my clients as an art consultant, which is good because it keeps me in the game. It keeps me sharp. And and when I have time, I spend it with my family.
When you have time, it sounds like, I don't know how you have time. So actually, we're going to move on to our little game, but it was amazing to get to know you a little bit and to pick your brain in even a small, tiny way about what goes on.
And
behind the
I'm
scenes
going to
make
get
this
him
book.
to, sign an autograph in case when it turns into a big screen type of thing. I've got mine. Okay. So we have our game called the reaction game.
Our
Was that
Act
really
to
the
React.
Act to React game.
It's a little bit silly. I don't think we explained it to you beforehand.
Okay.
But what happens is we're going to pick out a circumstance, a scene that could happen, and you have to mimic out what is the scene with your face, and then
React to it.
And then both people have to try and guess what that is.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
So behind the scenes, and look what I have. Voila.
The most creative box ever made. Okay, so who's going first?
Usually I would say the guest goes, but because I think it's a little bit confusing, maybe. Do you want to go first to see?
Yeah.
So
We'll
it's up to
exemplify
us to
first.
guess what it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Not looking.
This is difficult.
We're not looking.
Really? This happens to me all the time.
Okay.
Thanks to my height.
3. No, so we have to look at it.
And
3.
wait, I just have to do face reactions with it? Not like
No, a
movements?
whole movement, yeah. 1, 3, 2, 1.
Ah!
Did she?
Was that an injury?
She
There's
hit,
some sort of injury.
you
Yes.
hit. You hit
Oh,
your
did you hit your knee?
Yes, on
the table.
the corner of a bed, but
So
he
random.
got it. He got it.
Did you
this time.
hit your knee on the corner of the bed?
Yeah.
That does not count.
That happens all the time. Okay.
Okay, that was
Cool.
very specific. Would you
was
like
so
to go
specific.
next?
I go next.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You can cover. With
I don't
this.
know if that counts as a score, but we'll give it to you as a guest.
Is it an essay? I'm confused.
Okay.
Oh no. So you're snoring? What?
You fell asleep at the office.
You're late for work.
I love that I might have fallen asleep at the office. Sheree, that spoke to you.
It was all too familiar, you know.
Okay. Okay.
I can see it. I can see it a bit. Wait.
Okay. Wait.
What is that? You got a surprise. You got a present. You have an audience of people.
Oh,
You're
pleasantly
thanking
surprised?
The fans. You're thanking the fans.
Maybe just
Are you Oprah?
I'm gonna start again.
Just the way she reset just now. You open the door, you're shocked.
Surprise! Happy birthday! Yeah, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm closest.
Okay.
Someone surprising you with a happy birthday.
Ah,
Okay, cool.
Yes, all my friends were here. It's very
Cool.
cute. Do you have
Okay,
any more?
we've got one more, so let's go for one more. For the
Oh, shit.
dance, you
I
know.
thought there was. Oh no, there's two more. So two more. 1, 2.
Yeah?
Okay.
Oh,
I just saw.
no.
I just saw the end
no.
of it.
You cooking at home.
you cooking
Rude!
something terrible after.
Alan was like, you cooking at home. Honestly, yeah, that is the reaction too. But yes. Should I do a repeat? A reenactment?
No, it's okay. We can't have any more of your food.
We'll have to go home early.
So what was it? What was it? What was happening?
You cooked something terrible?
I mean, no. Almost.
I saw the last word.
What was the last word?
The last word is spicy. So
Yeah, I ate something spicy. Yo, these need
I don't know if you did.
eating
spicy.
something extremely spicy. Did that not look like I consumed something extremely spicy? Wow, I need to
No, spicy would be like
Yeah, exactly.
need to level up my.
terrible actress.
Okay, we're all a bit terrible. But
Look at him!
Did you cheat?
What do you mean?
Did you just read
Shereen,
it?
are you out?
No, I swear I did not. I swear. How could I?
Okay. Ready?
Happy,
What?
gracious. You're unhappy to see someone.
You were excited, but then you looked disappointed. But why? Hmm? I don't get it.
Okay.
You,
You thought you were happy and then you got sad.
you thought you were happy, but then the salary came late.
Okay. I'll do this.
Also related.
Hints.
Losing. A promotion at work you thought you were going to get in front of everyone. Losing at an award ceremony.
So you thought you were gonna win at an award ceremony, then you lost.
Oh, I get it. Oh,
There we
yeah.
go.
It's like,
Amazing.
let's do all our clap for all the people that won the awards.
Thank you.
He can also act, you guys. So there you go. Another added talent there.
Add that to your bow.
There you go. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been
Thank
an
you.
incredible pleasure learning about the things that go on behind the mind of an artist and an author. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you keep doing more and more for the region and for the UAE.
Inshallah.
All right? Thank
Thank
you
you
again.
Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Back same time, same place next week.